Okay, we're in a race against the battery on this thing. Let's see if we can do it in enough time. What we got right now is a 2006 4Runner that I got called in for. Let me see if I can get that zoomed in. There we go. Alright, got called in here for a p0351, ignition 1, primary circuit. What I'm on right now is the IGF line. That's our ignition confirmation line. But I'm back probed in that on cylinder number 2. The reason I'm doing that is to show you guys what you're looking at here. Let me see if I can freeze it on the screen for you. Like so. And of course I get 5 in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, missing 1. See it there? Right, that's the confirmation line that's missing, and then we just had a rat ran underneath my foot. That was cool. Anyhow, so this is my confirmation line that comes up over here on cylinder 1. You'll see I have a back probe there with the T-pin, and I'll show you why in a second. But I'm going to make this go live again. I'll let that run, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect cylinder 2 or 3, whatever the heck that one is there, but it's certainly not number 1. But just to show you, if I disconnect it, you'll notice one more drops offline. See how that works there? So we lose one more on that IGF. I plug it back in, it restores it. So, how do I do a really quick verification test to see whether or not there's a problem there with that line going all the way back over to the computer? Which is what I suspect when I see something like this, because I could already see a new coil that's been on there. They swap things around. So with that back probe, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a test light from ground again, and I'm going to go over there and I'm going to tap onto that T-pin and see whether or not we actually make a change. Theoretically, this is only 5 volts on here, right? Like a 5-volt trigger. If this wire is good going back over to the computer, when I ground this, all these guys should drop out. So when I drop it here, and I'm now touching it to the ground, clearly you can see there's no change whatsoever. And I'm definitely in that wire. So what does that tell me very quickly? Well, that tells me, oops, that I just moved my back probe is what it tells me, number 1. I lost my ground. The fun of making videos, huh? Alright. So with my ground back on there, okay. That tells me that wiring integrity is no good from here. Wait a minute now. Let's try that one more time. What just happened there? There's a small change. Oh, no, it's just the way it was being displayed on the screen. Let me get a little bit more time on there. There we are, that's 5. Let's try that again. I'll ground it. No change whatsoever. And there you are, 5 at all times. Right, so in theory, if I ground this one, I might even stall the car. But, well, it did stall the car, and that line did go down the ground. So, I'm just going to touch it to ground right now. If you see what I'm doing here, that's what I expected to see. So, quick integrity check. That wire, that white with red wire, if it is not bad going all the way back to the computer, which is what I'm going to do next here, but I am at like 6% on my phone, and as you can see, scope here is going to be dead in a second. But I'll just go back out there again. I'll just verify that that wire is good back at the PCM. If it is, it needs a PCM. If it's not, then obviously it'll be locating that wire, which will be underneath this monstrosity of a thing here. And I'm sure that there's some guys out there like our buddy PJ over at Voltage Drop, who probably already is screaming at me saying, hey Keith, the wire that breaks is right there somewhere. But we'll get to that. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you guys how I do my testing. And maybe if the customer's lucky, yes, I'll fix the headlight. Nah, no, that's not going to happen. Anyhow, have a good night, guys.